Hello everyone, this is Howling Wolf. Here going to give you my selections for March 5th, 2019. Before I give you the track and all that, I'd like to tell you to please subscribe to me. Press the button down below so you can subscribe to each time when I do a video. And see all the videos that I do. I'm going to try to do them every few days or every week, depending on how everything goes. Also, if you like to see most of my selections, you can see them on Twitter. My handle there is Howler92. Now to the race. Excuse me. The track that I'm going to be doing for you, it is Fairgrounds. It is race number 8. It is the Mardi Gras Stakes. Going 6.5 furlongs on the turf for a $75,000 purse. We got a field of 10 running. You got your favorite, which is going to be the number 6. Oxford Comma, which I believe I've seen in other areas that Oxford Comma was going to win this race. For myself, I'm going to try to give you prices. That's what I do. I try to give, for those that know about my selections and know about my picks, I try to give you a price horse. Some very rarely I'll give, if I say the horse can be beaten, I'll give you the favorite, but I'll give you a price horse as possible. My top selection, so I'm going to be giving you my 2 top selections and the horse to watch. My top selection is the number 2, Student Body. Student Body is by Colonel John out of a Stormy Atlantic mare. The morning line odds is at 8-1. I see this mare running the best and possibly giving a good chance of winning. I see it because the last time it ran in February 10th, it did an allowance optional claiming $80,000. It was going a little longer distance, so it's shortening up down the distance a bit, but it shows that it has the ability at a shorter distance to come along fast and strong. The last time it ran that day, it was inside, turned, and responded, but it was a little too late. It ran a great race to get the win. The time before that, it ran in November 4th at Churchill Downs in a stakes race for $100,000 K. It was the Dream Supreme Stakes. It took inside and it had a bad step and just couldn't get the ground that it needed after the turn. It was the pace setter. It just couldn't make it after the bad step it had, possibly around that turn. So, from what I see here is that I see that it loves shorter distance. It should help with the shorter distance. It ran that last race in the allowance optional claiming to get its confidence up and show that it could do what it has to do at this track again. See what it could do for a second time around here. You should see her running a great race, possibly even being the pace setter. And at this shorter distance, the pace setter may have a great shot at winning. Will be one of the horses, one of the mares and fillies to run for the pace and all that. Because I see a couple of them here running that likes to run out in front too. The last time that Student Body worked out was January 27th. It did it in 4 furlongs at Fairgrounds, 48.2 second breezing. It was the 6th best out of the 69 workouts that day. The time before that, it did it in January 16th at the Fairgrounds. It did it in a 1 minute breezing gallop. It was the best out of the 13 workouts that day. So again, my top selection for the Mardi Gras Stakes, it is the number 2 Student Body. Again, Student Body is shortening up in distance, moving up in class, but that last race was a confidence builder for that mare to be able to show what it has and give it the encouragement to run at a stakes race, because each time it ran in a stakes race, it flopped. It didn't run its race. So we're hoping that with this type of distance, shorter distance, moving a little bit up in class in a stakes race should help the ability. It's getting Miguel Mena aboard. He's a great jockey. He runs at great times. You should see how he runs. The last times that he ran was at least a 17% in the last 30 days. So it's pretty good. The trainer is at 31%. So you see it. The combination may be a great chance here for both of them to give a good shot. So again, my top selection is the number 2, Student Body. For my second choice, I'm going to be going with the number 3, Excessively Spending. Excessively Spending is by Shackelford out of an NXS mare. The morning line odds is at 4-1. Last time she ran was in February 2nd. Did 5.5 furlongs in the Nelson J. Merritt Memorial Overnight Stakes. Was inside crowded a bit. When it found that inside hole early, had to go a little bit wide to find that chance to win, and won it by a half a length that day. The time before that, it ran in January 5th in the Panzerata Stakes. Was 5.5 furlongs in a yielding turf course. Came in third, had to go 3 wide, turned out, drifted out a bit, and just couldn't find the way. Was out in there for the big front, but tired out. It just didn't like. I'm thinking that Excessively Spending didn't like the wet surface that much that day. The time when it worked out was January 24th and 4 furlongs at Fairgrounds. Did in 48.2 seconds. Was the second best out of the 22 workouts that day. The time before that, it did it in February 23rd. Did it 4 furlongs at the Fairgrounds. Did it in 48.2. Was the 6th best out of 111 workouts that day. So it was a great day in workouts for that one. The horse to watch. My third choice, my horse to watch, possibly be at a price, is going to possibly be the number 7, La Dam Blanca. La Dam Blanca is by point of entry out of a Giant Causeway mare. Last time she ran was February 2nd and 5.5 furlongs in the stakes in the Nissan J. Madrid Stakes Memorial. Came in third behind Excessively Spending and the number 6 Oxford Comma. Went inside, had to go a bit outside around the turn, led a bit, but then got tired out and got caught up to get third there. The time before that, it did it January 5th. Did it in the Panzerata Stakes. Came in 5th, was behind Contributing, and also Excessively Spending was bumped, blocked, and had to go out. And just couldn't find the way to get up in there. Came in 5th by 3 lengths. The time that it worked out was back in February 23rd. Did 4 furlongs and 48.4 seconds. Was the 47th out of 111 workouts that day. The last time it worked out was March 1st. Did 4 furlongs on a sloppy track at Fairgrounds. Did it in 48.4 seconds. Was the second best out of the 22 workouts that day. So again, my horse to watch. It is the number 7, La Dam Blanca, at the morning line odds at 8-1. Again, my top selection is the number 2, Student Body. My second choice is the number 3, Excessively Spending. And remember, when you're cashing with the wolf, it's howling time. Good luck, everyone, and let's cash in those tickets. Let's make that money.